Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody. I'm James J. Johnson. This is the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series on a Friday night. Thanks to everybody for joining us. You can tell we are at the Darlington track, Darlington Raceway, 1.36 miles. As you can tell, it's cloudy and the lights, we're having technical issue with the lighting around the track. So we've been promised the lights will come on eventually, maybe 20 minutes in sim time. Either way, we're going to go racing for 128 laps. Thanks to everybody for joining us tonight. Super exciting, 128 laps. Competition caution at 15. Then anything can happen. Ian Silva with another pole position barely nips Brandon Cotton by 0.04. Eric Thaler and Jason Phillips are going to share row 2. Robert Sanders, Nicholas Aslin, row 3. Trevor McLaughlin, Justin Thaler, row 4. Row 5, Lee Kiernan, Michael Harris Jr. Row 6, Mark Cochran, John Aslin. We have 18 trucks. We're going to take off. And tonight is the throwback weekend. Throwback race. So we're going to see quite a few special paints. Once the lights come on, I hope to do a better job of being able to show off some of the paints. I can see Joe Cool there. I know there are several throwbacks tonight, but once again, Ian Silva on the pole position, 128 laps. Brandon Cotton with the new paint tonight. Thanks to everybody for showing up. Let's go racing. What do you say?
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
We'll try to keep the cameras up close just so we can see anything. Ian Silva, Brandon Cotton on the outside. Eric Thaler already loose off of turn 2 on lap 1. Cold tires. Nicholas Aslin, Robert Sanders right behind. And we're already yellow. That didn't take long. Looks like Chris Thaler and Mark Cochran. Mark Cochran looks like he got the worst of it. Cold tires and no pressures. Low visibility might even play a factor tonight. So it's cool to see the brake discs glowing. Let's see if we can find out what happened between Mark Cochran and Chris Thaler or anybody else. We know Mark is involved here. He gets a little help from behind. Oh. Who was in front? Into the wall. We got another spinner. Was that Dylan Fox, maybe? Down low. See what happened to Dylan Fox. So it looks like Dylan kind of got into the guy in front of him and maybe locked up. He got some help from behind. We'll watch it in real time here, the 21. Justin Glickner with a new Miller High Life throwback. Oh, Dylan Fox got into guy ahead of him, then backed up and just kind of spun around. All right, so that's a good caution. Shake the rust off. Again, sorry for the pictures. It's really dark. Live pictures now. Brandon Cotton was able to keep the lead. Got around Ian once again just in the first lap. Really wish I had some better pictures to bring you. Thanks to everybody for putting up with me, with us. Definitely an iRacing thing. We need some lights, please. Looks like the lights are out on the pace car, so we're going to go racing again. Jason Phillips and Eric Thaler, row 2. Justin and Trevor Mack. Michael Harris Jr., John Aslan, all inside the top 10. Again, we're going to lap 15, so just 11 more laps. Looking at 30 laps of fuel. 30 to 35. So I've been told. All right, pace car drops off. Can we please go racing again? Brandon Cotton is the control truck. There we go. Brandon takes off in front of the whole field. Darlington Raceway. We'll watch it from rear chase for a minute. Check that out. The sun's going down. Hopefully that means we'll come up here shortly. So far, everybody's made it through. Joe Cool, Robert Sanders into the wall on the exit of turn 2, already getting a Darlington stripe. Got Nicholas Aslan underneath him. That's a cool throwback. I hope we get to see more of that. We will. He did fill out a form. Looking forward to sharing some of that once we can see these cool paints and really appreciate them. We'll be able to talk more about the paints. I definitely want to see Justin Glickner's Miller High Life paint. Yeah, blimp, you see nothing. Brandon still in front of Ian. Glickner's got a close battle with Mark Cochran right behind him. Colin Huffman just in front. Or Colin Huffman just behind, I should say. As now Glickner spins. Right. As we were with him. Nope, it wasn't Glickner. Did Mark get into it again? Mark, I hope you didn't use your fast repair earlier. This is not Mark Cochran's night. Oh, it looks like he got some help again. Here they come. He's got Glickner on the outside, Mark Cochran on the inside. Oh, just, that's weird. It left right front, maybe. Coming off of turn 2. Oh, Glickner in the wall. Oh, man. What can you do? Just reset and try to get it back together, Mark. Sorry, brother. Man, sometimes you're the bug in the windshield. You sure have been the windshield last few races, Mark. I feel your pain. Sorry you have to go through that. Chris Thaler, 3 pit stops. Mark Cochran, 2nd stop. Brandon Cotton and Ian Silva, I really am hoping for some better pictures. All right, we can talk about Darlington. We can talk about the trucks at Darlington. Trucks have not been here that long. 2001 was the first time they came. They took a break from 2005 to 2010, then another break from 2011 to 2020. They've been coming back ever since 2020. COVID times, I think that's when they did the throwback for the start. Still single file, so we haven't gone through the chews. We're going to have another whole lap. Lights are on the pace track. This is going to be music to Mark Cochran's ear so he can get some more repairs done. He's down 3 laps. Chris Thaler also down 3 laps. Glickner's trying to stay just 2 laps down. Speaking of being the bug, Justin Glickner has had some really bad luck in oval and road. I'm going to check with race control to find out if this is going to be the competition cautions or not. If it was up to me, I would let him rip from here, but not up to me. We have a group of race control admins just for that purpose. Looks like we're still going to do the stop at lap 15. Thank you, race control, for getting back with me. Eric Thaler on the inside of row 2 with Jason Phillips on the outside of him. Got a special throwback paint. Brandon Cotton steps on the loud pedal. Jason Phillips gets a little sideways in the middle of the corner. Dylan Fox gets a black flag cleared. And Jason Phillips still on the outside. Justin Thaler, Justin up the road, so that's Nicholas Aslan that he was fighting with. Nice job, Nicholas. One more lap. So Brandon Cotton takes the comp caution. I wish I could see his paint a little better. I wonder what it looks like from his point of view. Still super dark even for the drivers. Eric Thaler gets around Ian Silva, but coming to the comp caution is Brandon Cotton, Eric Thaler, no points awarded. Ian Silva, P3. And we'll rack them up. Come to the pits if you want, get some more tires. And I really hope some lights decide to come on sometime this decade would be nice. Midwest Motorsports Truck Series is having race number 19 of 22. Brandon Cotton comes in. All right, from P5 on down, 5 cars stay out. Last week's winner, Robert Sanders, is one of the guys that stays out too. Wonder if I might be able to get Robert Sanders in the booth with me. We're gonna have at least one more lap. He doesn't know that he's in the booth yet. He probably does now. Last week's winner, Robert Sanders, decided to stay out that time. Hey, Robert, this is James in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much, man. First of all, thanks for joining me on a whim. But you got the cool camel paint tonight. First of all, tell us about that.
Yeah, was obviously like I mentioned, it's probably one of my favorite paints of all time. Growing up in a tobacco family, always been a big fan of the Smoking Joe stuff.
Yeah, right on. Well, it looks great, man. Do you remember who drove the Smoking Joe's car?
I believe Jimmy Spencer. I believe.
Yes, he did. Good answer.
I
Right
believe
on.
I got maybe I used to have a little model car too of him.
Okay. Nice. Well, it's dark up here. The lights are finally starting to come on the inside. Is it dark in there for you driving as well?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was real foggy when I jumped into the lobby here. It's starting to get a little dark. I thought I messed up there. I thought they were going to give that competition caution a couple laps ago, so I went ahead and ducked in. And as soon as I ducked in, he's like, "No, we're not going to throw it." And so that's why I stayed out right there. I mean, I topped off on fuel a couple laps ago, so
I
these
see.
guys in front of me, they have not stopped for fuel at all. So
So
I
you're
should be,
4 laps short.
yeah, yeah. Cotton's going to be, yeah. So I got an extra
Yep.
12 laps on them guys. Cotton here, I don't know if they took tires or not. I didn't take tires.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell you their strategy, but
Oh yeah,
we're
you
about to
go
go
ahead.
But no, I just want to talk to you. I'll keep you in here. I'll definitely unmute you so you don't hear me. But
Yes, sir.
we'll be watching.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Robert Sanders. From a guy that's decided to stay out, Eric Thaler's going to bring us back to the green. We're going to go racing as the lights are starting to come on. Hopefully, we'll be able to see a little better. He's got his brother, Justin Thaler. Looks like Justin is throwing back to himself with the old 00 paint he used to run. Maybe that's been his paint recently, and I just not paying attention. But Eric gets a good jump. Ian Silva in front of Jason Phillips. Then Robert Sanders, then Brandon Patton, first of the pitters, with Nicholas Aslan behind him. Hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. Look at Colin Huffman in the 52. Try to keep up with the cameras as they switch around on me. 8th place for Colin Huffman right now with a pit stop at the comp caution. So he actually was the first to take tires. Not sure exactly how many it took. 12-second stop. I'm guessing just 2, but good on you, Colin. Been running real well lately on the ovals. Hopefully that good luck will come your way. Trevor McLaughlin, Ron Schaumer behind. Running in P9. So Justin Glickner is only 1 lap down now. Stayed out, last pitted at lap 8, but it could have been a lot worse considering all that he's had happen to him so far. And he does have a car coming under him. I believe it's John Aslan. Chris is still in the pits. Nope, it's not John Aslan. So Justin Glickner is working his way through the group already. He might get back on time. He's got to catch up to the leaders though. Because right now, let's get some Ron Schaumer coming underneath him. And it looks like one of the Olavison brothers. I believe that's the 9. But up front, the brothers, Eric Thaler in the 15 Midwest Motorsports paint. You can't get enough of that. Looks awesome. Justin Thaler right behind. The track too tough to tame. Hopefully everybody got their crashes out of the way. We've already had 3 cautions. Hopefully we can get in a rhythm here, just crank out some laps. See Jason Phillips and Ian Silva. Half a second apart up front as Justin wants to get around Eric. There's Justin. This is what he sees. Still super dark, super foggy out there. We'll make notes so we don't do this again. Really unfortunate for Chris Taylor. Still in the pits. 5 minutes, 40 seconds of the pit going on as we speak. Lap 25. These guys have not pitted yet, so we're looking at maybe by lap 40 based on the number of yellow flag laps we've run. Jason Phillips and Brandon Cotton are still going at it. Let's see. Brandon right in front of Jason. Jason's big ass fans paint. Ito's throwing it back. Unfortunately, can't really see it. Let's see if we get on the inside, going down the back stretch, if it's any clearer. He's throwing it back too. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Nationwide paint, like when it was the Nationwide Series. He is running the number 88, so that's authentic. Jason said he downloaded the track minutes before the race. Well, I guess couple of hours before the race. I still think he's suspect. Let's watch the battle between Nicholas Aslan and Colin Huffman. Heating up, Nicholas Aslan on the inside, Colin Huffman in the 52 on the outside. These are two throwbacks. I'm going to wait a little longer to tell you about their submissions, but look at Nicholas Aslan trying to figure out how to set up Colin Huffman for a move. It's the Darlington track. Very tricky to learn the fast way around. The closest battle on the track. Colin running the lighter line into the wall, into the safer barrier. Nick Aslan trying to do a clean pass. So far, so good. Side by side, the 52 always looks good. In the old paint, Nicholas Aslan does have Trevor McLaughlin coming behind him. And we got a wreck. I believe that's Colin. Oh no, we saw him hit the wall just a lap earlier. Not sure if Nicholas got a piece of that. Colin's going to want me to stop talking about him in the broadcast because the broadcaster's curse is a thing. I've proven it more than once. Let's see if we got any help. No, it just went in deep. Although Nicholas Aslan was right there. I don't think there was any contact, but that's Nicholas Aslan on the left front of Colin. Colin just gets up into the outside wall. Goes around, no contact. Does he catch it? A little tank slapper. There's Nicholas Aslan into the wall. And yes, Nicholas is going to get a 4X out of that probably. At least a 2X, but the right front of his nose got beat up. Body parts rolling on the ground on the track. Before Colin can get it straightened out. Let everybody go. Oh, he's going to tow. Sorry about that, Colin. You can blame me. The broadcaster curse strikes again, but Brandon Cotton now is going to take over because the guys that did not pit are now in. So they are going to be seventh on down. The top 7 cars now. We have 2 different race strategies going now. Guys that stopped at 15 and 30. So that should be relatively straightforward to figure out. Still trying to figure out what Justin Glickner's up to. Chris Taylor is back on the track, so I'm happy to hear that. Very unfortunate for Chris. Good news for Chris is that there's still plenty of racing left as he's going to the back of the line for himself. But hey, Chris, this is James in the booth. You got me?
Hi, James. How you doing tonight?
I'm great, man. Thanks for joining me. First of all, unfortunate start to your race tonight, but the good news is there's lots of racing, and we're still in our sim rig, right? It could be a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, it is. But with these lights not coming on, I think we might see some more cautions.
Yep, it's dark for everybody. It's good to know it's not just me, but I just want to let you know we're thinking about you, Chris. Thanks for all you do for the league, especially for um, birthing your two sons that form the league. I know that's a lot of work putting up with them. We'll talk more about your paint later. I just wanted to give you a shout, man. Let you know you're not alone, man. We feel you.
Hey, thanks a lot, James. You have a good night.
All right, thanks a lot. That's Chris Taylor, the grandfather of Midwest Motorsports, joining us in the booth. We'll talk about his throwback again, hopefully when the lights come on. But until then, we are going back to green flag racing. Brandon Cotton in front of Trevor Mack. Dylan Fox has also made it up, so it's good to see Dylan having a good run tonight. See if he can keep it together. As he's looking now inside the 99 of Trevor McLaughlin. That's a great look at the 99's paint. As Dylan goes down, running the Darlington line, runs the slide job, slides right up in there. He's about 3/4 of a second behind Brandon Cotton. And now in front of Trevor Mack by about 3/4 of a second. Then it's another full second back to Michael Harris Jr., who has a throwback tonight. Michael Harris has company and Justin Thaler right behind him. And then also Ian Silva. So we'll see how this 3-truck battle works out. Michael Harris into the safer wall on the outside. Lets both Justin and Robert Sanders even go. So 3 positions down that time for just one wall tap. And now Ian Silva working his way back to the front, currently 5th. And he pitted at lap 30. So these new tires probably helping him out. Justin Thaler just ahead of Ian also came in at 30. So fresh tires for JT. The next 3 trucks in front of Justin stopped at lap 10, so they're on old tires. And they're going to stop probably around that 40 or so for those guys any minute. Maybe 50 for Brandon. I think Dylan Fox is going to be the first one in, just based on fuel numbers. Michael Harris and Jason Phillips. Closest battle on the track. Looks like Jason has got around Michael. No, that didn't take long. Ian Silva and Justin Taylor. Let's watch these guys. Ian Silva on the hunt for a win. Pulling up the standings as Justin Taylor working on the outside of Trevor McLaughlin. He's got it. Trevor McLaughlin doing a great job of holding a low line, picking his battles, knowing that Trevor's a different tire strategy. Smart thinking for Trevor. Survival being the number one goal. Ian Silva still trying to work on Justin Taylor. He's caught back up to him. Eight pole positions for Ian Silva. Coming up on the 9 of James Olavison. Justin Thaler gets by. May not be the number 9. All good. Ian Silva gets by. It is the 6. I'm sorry, 61. Okay, now I see the 61. Sorry about that. Looking on the truck. That is Dylan Fox, so that pass for Ian Silva was for position. Brandon Cotton has the lead as Robert Sanders is getting by. This is the battle for the lead. Justin Thaler on Brandon Cotton. Remember, Brandon stopped at lap 15. So Justin Thaler has 15 laps fresher tires. So don't expect Brandon to put up too big of a fight. But he's not going to just pull over and let him go. I wouldn't either. As soon as I say that, he knows he put up a good fight, but there's no point in making enemies. If this was the race to the line, it might be a different story. But we have a new leader, Justin Thaler in the 2. Takes over. Ian Silva right behind him, so we're going to have a race for the lead. Dover being the only win for Ian Silva thus far after 8 poles, if you include the duels, which he sat on the pole for. But our leader is number 2, Justin Thaler. All right, Brandon Cotton still staying out. Lap 47, he's doing for the pits anytime. Currently P5. Now he's under pressure from Jason Phillips. We talked about his throwback being a Dale Jr. nationwide throwback. And he gets around Brandon as well. So Jason Phillips moving on up. Ian Silva is putting pressure on Justin Thaler. Can he find a spot to pass him? How aggressive do you want to be? Have to be really active on the cameras to stay out. As the 22 of Robert Olavison comes back on the track after a stop. Nope, not after a stop. He's just staying low. Thanks, Robert. We appreciate it. Leaders are by. 3/4 of a second. Robert Olevison on Nicholas Aston is now a really close battle. Dylan Fox comes into pit. Nick gets by Olevison. Back racing up front, Ian Silva. 0.4 seconds. This is the closest battle on the track as they're going around the 7 truck. I guess we can talk about Chris's throwback. Chris Thaler, thanks for filling out too. We appreciate it. It's Jeff Bodine, or Jeffrey Bodine, depending on who you like best, Jeff or Jeffrey. Everybody remembers that Exide paint that he saw him race modifieds as his son Eric Thaler drives by at Utica Rome Speedway, little 3/8 mile bull ring. He always had the best looking car. Followed him all the way up to Cup. Jeff brought the bucket helmet and power steering to NASCAR. And of course, great point, Chris. Jeffrey Bodine helped design sled for the U.S. bobsled Olympic team, which they're still using today. So Jeffrey Bodine definitely contributed in more than one way, and now Chris Thaler is trying to do the paint job justice by showing off a little bit tonight in this truck. Thanks, Chris. Robert Sanders has made his way around Ian Silva while we were learning about Jeffrey Bodine. So now Robert Sanders is the challenger for the lead. Robert Sanders known to be a little more aggressive than Ian Silva. So we'll see. The battle for the lead. Justin Thaler's got Smokin' Joe Cool on the inside. Robert does a good job of leaving. Boy, you can really see the reflections and the textures as we're going around. Ian Silva's lurking in third, trying to figure this race out. Justin Thaler into the wall. It's going to let Ian Silva by. Justin does a great job of staying out of the way. But Ian Silva now takes over second, and we have a leader, Robert Sanders, lap 56, Michael Harris Jr. and Justin Glickner in for pit stops. That puts everybody at 30 or 50 now, 30-ish or 50-ish. We're looking at 75 and 85 for next round of green flag stops. Robert Sanders, Love, Peace, and Tie-Dye out front. Carl Edwards did race some trucks here. And I'm talking about Carl Edwards. For Trevor Mack. Scroll down a little farther back than I'm used to. See Trevor Mack's paint. Currently in 10th spot, but holding it down. And I really wish I could see more. He won 3 races with this paint scheme, hoping it brings Trevor some luck. Trevor's on his own planet right now. In 10th. Oh, he's got 3/4 of a second up the road for Robert Olavison in P9, who is on older tires. So Trevor should be catching him quick. And Trevor has Lee Kiernan pretty far back. There we go. Passing Robert. And I believe that was Michael Harris that he also went around. Edwards. 3 wins in 2003 in the Truck Series. 3 wins in 2004 in the Truck Series. Really wish I could see more of it. Trust me, we're not missing anything up front. It's Robert Sanders, Ian Silva. Justin Thaler now comes in the pit. I'm sorry, I can't even read the name on that front of Carl Edwards' truck. So sorry, Trevor. Picked the wrong overcast night to do a throwback night, but we're still racing. It's all good. Thanks for picking out a cool truck paint there, Trevor. Robert Sanders, Smoking Joe Cool in the front. Number 6, Ian Silva, second. Jason Phillips, third. Then Ron Schamer, P4 right now. Ron also, Kodak had a factory near his hometown in Rochester, New York. He has 2 uncles who worked and retired from Kodak. And the driver for the Kodak paint was usually Ernie Irvin, that Ron reminds us of. That Kodak film paint, very iconic. That logo especially. Multiple seconds between each driver now. So no side-by-side action. Not gonna let you miss anything. Justin Thaler working on his brother Eric right in front of him. The Godfather. I think Aaron Holroyd did Eric's paint as we got a lap car truck on the inside. Nicholas Aslan going a lap down already in P12. Top 3 are in the pits now. Robert Sanders, Ian Silva, Jason Phillips right at 66. Ron Schamer should be next because he's going to get points for leading the lap, maybe. Good on you, Ron. Let's go, buddy. Not seeing Ron up front. I really like seeing Ron Schamer lead the whole field right now. Congratulations, Ron. Gonna get some bonus points tonight, man. You do any minute now. It's 37 laps on a tank. So Ron, you've done a great job. This is going to put Dylan Fox in the 61 in the lead once Ron decides to pit. Because now he makes his announcement. Dylan Fox 12 seconds behind. San Francisco helmet. 49ers. Unfortunately, you don't see Norm Snyder in the race tonight. But Dylan Fox is your leader. Making moves around Michael Harris Jr. Justin Thaler and Eric Thaler still trying to duke it out. You can feel the brotherly love. Coming up on Michael Harris. Michael Harris Jr. goes low. Lets the brothers sort it out themselves. They're not going to take each other out, but we've seen stranger things happen. You know, Eric Thaler has a couple different throwback paints in his garage. He decided not to pull them out tonight. Oh, Brandon Cotton right in front, trying to stay on the lead lap as he's duking it out with Robert Sanders. Oh, it's not Robert Sanders. Brandon Cotton is your leader. So this is a battle for the lead. I don't know who said he was a lap down. Not me. Did I say that? Justin Thaler's going to get around him also. Once again, still on two different strategies. About 10 or 11 laps difference. Actually, just 9 laps difference in tires. They're almost back up. Eric and Justin do have fresher tires. That explains why Brandon has the jump on him at the moment. Not used to seeing Brandon in a pink car or truck, even. I am curious about his paint. Wish I could see it. Pete. We'll have to ask him. It's all good. He's watching the trucks in front of him get smaller, which means they're coming away. Trevor McLaughlin, Nicholas Aslin, and Michael Harris Jr. come in for the pit. For their stop now, Brandon. Fastest lap of the race. Do not count Brandon Cotton out. I am not counting him out. By any means, he's just on a different strategy. Right now, this will come back to him. Because I like green flag runs. I love the fuel mileage races. As he goes by Trevor McLaughlin. Coming up now, I believe that's John Aslin right in front. I can't tell. Dylan Fox comes in. But Eric Thaler, Justin Thaler up the road in first. Eric Thaler we're riding with in second. As Brandon Cotton's coming up on Robert Sanders. And Brandon has Ian Silva right behind him. This three-way battle at the dark night at Darlington. The lights are on the infield at the track, but unfortunately can't quite see much. Michael Harris still in the pits. Again. Michael Harris must be lonely. Needs some friends. These are the closest battles on the track. Ian Silva gets around Brandon Cotton as well. JT, Justin Thaler, has worked up 1.4 seconds. He's pulled away from Eric Thaler as Brandon Cotton now finally comes in for his stop. So we're working at like 60, 65 to 78, so still 15 lap difference between Justin and here comes Trevor Mack unlapping himself, but do not count Trevor McLaughlin out either. There we can see the Carl Edwards paint there. Earl Edwards did race multiple truck races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. 6 total wins. Darlington. 1 win at Darlington. Earned them $1.8 million for the win. Started in 4th, race number 13. Doesn't say what series. All good, thanks Racing Reference. But unfortunately, Trevor Mack is now on the same lap, but way behind. Nope, still 1 lap down. 5 cars on the lead lap, down to Jason Phillips. Those are the 5 that stayed out during the comp caution. So, green flag racing. Robert Sanders now is caught up to Justin Thaler. This race, battle for the lead, is getting better, closer. Robert Sanders in the 6. Well, he's supposed to be in the 6. I'll just stay in my lane. I'm not going to look up the rules. But I will tell you that Smoking Joe Cool is going to fight for the lead. We know Robert Sanders is not going to lift. He's not going to make it easy on Justin. Justin, once again, gets another Darlington stripe. And now he's going to be stalked by Ian Silva. We'll see what Ian Silva can do. Here he is in the helmet, with Justin Thaler on the outside. And he's able to stay all the way in front of him. Ian Silva takes over second place, as now he's looking at Justin Thaler from behind, so move Ian Silva up a spot. Nice job, Ian. Something tells me Ian wants to come talk to me in the booth after the race. Working lap 85 of 128. 5 cars on the lead lap. The caution comes out now. They are trapped from 6th to 12th, 1 lap down. 13th is Dylan Fox, 4 laps down. So his last pit was 1 minute 8. Had to get some repairs. Not sure if he hit the wall or hit somebody else. Again, multiple seconds apart for everybody. Oh, tough break for Colin Huffman. Didn't get to talk about his paint much. Colin's great-grandpa running number 52 on the dirt sprint car track. That's why he ran 52. Ran that paint tonight. Nice and simple. Sorry about your luck, Colin. Right now, Robert Sanders is winning. Norm is missing. Adam Sondag is missing. We miss you guys. Come back next time. That's all the throwbacks I got for you tonight. So now we're just going racing. We're coming up with 40 laps to go. 4-0. 5 cars on the lead lap. Around 60, so we're looking at 95. About 8 or 9 more laps, maybe 10 more laps before Eric is due for a stop. And then Justin. And 4 laps longer. For Jason Phillips, Robert Sanders, and Ian Silva. So Eric and Justin hard on fuel. We'll see if fuel saving does Ian Silva and Robert Sanders good. We will find out in due time. Robert Sanders is your leader. Making it look easy. Ron Schamer's going to have to pit as well. Robert Olavison, those are on the strategy. Good job for Chris Taylor. Jeff Bodine. Chris Taylor. Working 40 laps, 4-0 on this set of tires. All right. Everybody's pretty far apart, man. 2 seconds, 3 seconds apart. They're going to find us. Some overalls. Dustin Reinstedel missing. That's notable. He is your points leader. Dustin Reinstedel. Ian Silva looking poised to take over the overall lead. Trevor Mack wants to say something about it. He's got to have a little better run than he's having right now. Trevor McLaughlin currently running at 8th, 1 lap down from these guys, but Ian Silva could take over the points lead tonight with Dustin Reinsettle not showing. All right, working lap 94. There's 34 laps for Eric Taylor. I think he's going to be the first one to pit. I don't know if he's going to need help from his brother Justin, but finally the clouds are starting to lift a little bit. The visibility is a little better. There he is. Eric Taylor comes in for his pit stop. There he goes. Hunting down his pit stop. Coming in from 5th place. Robert Sanders still your leader. Ian Silva second, 1.1 seconds back. So we can really start to see the track now. So let's go racing. Justin Taylor comes in 1 lap later. All right, let's see where Eric Taylor comes up. Brandon Cotton comes up. Trumps Eric Taylor on the track. So now Brandon Cotton has track position over Eric Taylor. Brandon Cotton could be your next leader as Robert Sanders, Justin Taylor, Jason Phillips all in the pits. Ian Silva shown as your leader, but not for long. Ian Silva should be coming in pit lane anytime now. 32 laps, so he's probably got another 4. I'm surprised to see Jason Phillips in. So Ian Silva, last lap 29.3. I'm sorry, 31.0. So 2 seconds. 1.8 seconds lower. How many laps is Ian Silva going to cycle around 2 seconds behind? Ian Silva on a lap on his own. Eric Taylor and Ron Schaumler, this is a fight for position. I think Eric's going to get around. Ooh, look at Ron Schaumler's chrome rims. You really don't see that. He's in the wall. Is he able to pit? Let's find out. How hard did he hit the wall while we were riding with him? Once again, oh, come on. Oh, come on, cameras. Sorry, guys. Come on. All right. The camera operator's not having a good day. We're just going to go live. He hit the wall hard. He made it to the pits without a caution. And now he's on his way out. So all is good. As Ian Silva comes in, apologize about that. Robert Sanders takes over the fast lap of the race with that lap that he just turned. 29.050. 29.12 was Brandon Cotton's fast lap. 29.18, I should say. So Robert Sanders cranking out a fast lap. He's good to go from here. He'll get around the 22. 22 is on old tires. Well, 22. I say he's going to get around the 22. Robert Olavison in the MGD truck finally puts up a fight. Gets into the wall. No reason to make it really hard when he's on a completely different strategy. Is the 10 of Lee Kiernan in ninth. Lets him go. Thank you, Lee. Sorry we haven't talked about you much tonight. Working at Jegs Auto Parts, paint that we know and love. Once again, glad you're racing with us, Lee. Minding your own business. 29.9 for your best lap, so 7 or 8 tenths off of Robert Sanders' fastest lap, but very consistent. Justin Taylor in second. 6 seconds back. Is Robert Sanders going to make it 3 in a row? Maybe I'm crazy, but I believe. You have not heard the last of Robert Sanders for this championship. He's won a Gateway, one Talladega. This could be 3 in a row for Robert Sanders. 6 seconds. Then another 2 back to Ian Silva. But Eric Thaler and Jason Phillips are going to have a good battle. This is for 5th spot. I'm sorry, for 4th. Robert Olavison, once again, proves difficult to pass by. He's entitled to be out there on the track. We're glad you are, Robert. Thank you. All right, Eric Taylor up high. Jason Phillips down low. This is the closest battle on the track with 23 laps remaining. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the chat on YouTube. All right, I haven't missed too much chat, but I'm here. Look at Brandon Cotton. Brandon Cotton is 1 lap down, so he's trying to unlap himself from Jason Phillips. Brandon made his final stop. at 102, so he's got about 10 laps fresher tires. But he is 1 lap down. Oh, as he gives Eric a little touch on his way by. Brandon Cotton elbows up. Jason Phillips in the 88 is hunted down. The Godfather. And now, Big Ass Fans versus Midwest Motorsports. Robert Sanders, 7 seconds. Ian Silva and Justin Thaler. The race for second position is on. Ian Silva on his tail with 19 laps to go. Everybody's made their final stop. We got 5 trucks on the lead lap. It was once called a super speedway. 1.3 miles in NASCAR terms at the time. Don't forget about the minnow pond. This is the reason for the oblong track being tighter in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Ian Silva looks under Justin Thaler. Is he going to get there? Yes, he is. Not enough to pass. We have a race. Get the fence out of the way. Justin Thaler in the 2. Slides up. Ian Silva in the 51. Doing the best I can with the cameras. Robert Sanders is 6 seconds up the road. The battle for second is not settled. You're looking at it. Ian Silva looking at the back of the RFK of Justin Thaler. Otherwise, the intervals are elapsed. A couple of guys coming in for their final stop. As Ian Silva gets inside Justin Thaler. Side by side now through turns 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2. Ian Silva's got it. Justin Thaler lifts to let him in on entry. Now they're in 3 and 4. Ian Silva's still running a lot lower. Can Justin Thaler catch back up? Ian Silva having a good race. Again, 6 seconds to catch up. The Robert Sanders, don't know if they can do that without a miracle. These guys are on it. Because now you can really see broadcast PC doing a good job with the reflections. I'm still blown away. But good on you, Ian. We wanted to look at Trevor Mack's paint. And now the fence is in the way. Really get to get a good look at it. Jason Phillips, big ass paint. Big ass fans, paint. Then Ron Chalmer, I wanted to see his chrome wheels on this Kodak truck. Nicholas Aslan, I didn't get a good look at his paint. And the 48, Jimmy Johnson fan. This is a Chase Elliott paint. I think it's supposed to be a Hooters paint, but he went Hendrix.com. I like it. It's like a respect thing. I see what you did there, Nicholas. Pretty smart. Good on you. You're not missing anything up front. Ian Silva's got about 3 seconds, 1.5 on Justin Thaler. Another 6 back to Eric. So Robert Sanders, then Ian 4 seconds back. Ian's making progress with 9 laps to go. But Nicholas Aston, I want to make sure we get some good looks at his paint. Spend a lot of time bringing the HendrickCars.com paint on his truck. Made it work pretty good. I dig it, Nick. Coming up on the leader, Robert Sanders. Robert, no reason for Robert to put up a fight. Nicholas Aslan stopped at 99. Robert Sanders stopped at 96. So that tells you these guys are pretty even on tires. If only Nicholas Aslan wasn't 4 laps back. What could have been. Coming up on 8 laps to go. Ian Silva. That far in front of Justin Thaler. The lady in black, Darlington, a track too tough to tame. Narrow racing groove, very challenging, tough to tame. Trevor McLaughlin. Almost on his own lap. He's on the same lap with Brandon Cotton, but Brandon is actually almost right behind him. There's Robert Sanders. Your race leader. He's got Nick Goslin. Then Eric, who's around Eric. Jason Phillips is 2.25 seconds back. Nobody in between those guys. Then Brandon Cotton. He and Trevor Mack are on the same lap. But again, they're there you go. That tells you where Brandon is. Coming up to unlap himself from second place, Ian Silva. Wouldn't mind looking at Jeff Bodine's paint one more time. Exide pink and blue. And then Lee Kiernan in the Jags machine. You can see it in all its glory now that the fog is lifted. 3 laps to go. As Robert Sanders is actually number 6. Got 23 on his throwback truck. I can stick around. If everybody's on YouTube, I'm going to try to throw him for a curveball in the interview. If he does make it all the way to the interview, which he should do as we're coming to the white flag lap. Robert Sanders has taken the white flag. The next flag will end the race. He's got almost 6 seconds back to Ian Silva. Another 2 to Justin Thaler. And Robert Sanders is going to go 3 in a row. 3 wins in a row for Robert Sanders. That makes 3 in a row for Robert Sanders. Congratulations to Robert. Ian Silva makes it across for second. Justin Thaler for third. Eric Thaler fourth. Jason Phillips, P5. Brandon Cotton 1 lap down in P6. Nope, he made it. Brandon Cotton and Trevor Mack on the same lap, on the lead lap. But what a great race. Our truck series. Still don't know who's on the paint job of Brandon Cotton. Not sure how many X's he got, but he might have a 0X night, which would really help him in the points. But good on you, Brandon. But it is Robert Sanders with the win. No burnout, no nothing. Just going to pull over and park it. There he goes. Now he's working on it. Make sure everybody stops so he doesn't get an X. He might have a 0X. Not quite sure. We're going to wait for Ian Silva and Justin Thaler to make it up. I'm trying to put the results up. There we go. Robert Sanders, Ian Silva, Justin Thaler. 1, 2, and 3. If we can find Ian Silva, we'll get these interviews going. Truck drivers, I see Trevor. Waiting for Ian Silva, and we'll get underway. All right, Robert Sanders, Ian Silva, Justin Thaler, 1, 2, and 3. Then Eric Thaler, P4, Jason Phillips, P5, Brandon Cotton, 6th, Trevor McLaughlin, 7th. While we're here, let me see if I can get him up here. We got Trevor McLaughlin. I know you're not in the top 3, Trevor. Still waiting for Ian Silva to come through, but I wanted to chime in with you. We didn't get a good look at your truck tonight because of the fog during the early part of the racing. But tell us more about your throwback paint, man. It looks great.
Hey, yeah, just something simple I threw together. It's Carl Edwards' 2004 Truck Series scheme. So obviously I'm a big Carl Edwards fan when he was around, and this was this was the fastest one I could make last minute.
Yeah, right on. Well, we were looking at Carl Edwards' score earlier. He won at Darlington one time. It was race number 13. I'm not sure if you know if that was in the
2016, I think.
truck.
He won. I don't know about a truck. He won in Cup at Darlington in 2016, I believe.
Okay. It must have been truck. It doesn't tell me on racingreference.com. But anyway, wanted to give the love that we could to you, man. So thanks for coming in the booth while we got Ian. We do have him now, so I'm kicking you out, Trevor. But thanks.
All right, sounds good.
Good race tonight.
Thanks.
So that's Trevor Mack. We'll give him the boot. And we got third place, Ian Silva, after another great pole, which makes 8 poles this season. Pulls it out into third place tonight. Congratulations, Ian. Hang on one second. I'm working on getting you unmuted, unless you're muting yourself. Let's see. You got us, Ian? There you go.
Yeah, I got you now. Yep.
Right on. Third place, man. Not bad. You were in second for a while. I think the top 5 stayed out during the comp caution, and you were part of that cycle.
I think I came second, didn't I?
I mean, you did get second. All right. Thank you, Ian. Stick around. We're not done with
I
you
will
yet.
do.
I apologize. We got
All
JT
good.
third. I'm trying to jump you up a spot, Justin. Sorry
I'll
about that.
take it.
I know. Sorry, I can't give you the points. All right, third
Yeah.
place. I forgot. Obviously, I can't read the screen in front of me. And not bad. You were racing with your brother. You were racing with Jason. You were racing with Robert, and then dealing with lap trucks as well. How'd your race go?
I mean, heck, pretty good. Struggled to just have that speed, like Robert and Ian did on the longer runs. Definitely realized I beat up my tires too much in like the second stint, and Ian was behind me riding for a while in that third one, and yeah, I was just trying to really save those tires because I noticed when I had about 12 to 16 laps of fuel left that yeah, it's when my pace would really started to struggle and the truck would really push, especially through 3 and 4, but didn't have a good qualifying lap. On my second lap hit the wall, so pretty much stuck in wherever I landed with my first lap, which I think was like 7th. So
Yep.
moved forward and felt pretty comfortable. The trucks were, I mean, those were a lot of fun there. I don't remember ever racing the trucks at Darlington, but it was a lot of fun there, and had plenty of tires to use, and the fuel was pretty extended. We got like 35 laps of fuel or so. So once that happened, the pit cycles, Robert was really fast, Ian was fast, obviously all night. Got caught in the wall more than I can remember, really. So, but P3, I'll take it definitely for sure.
You're 9 points behind Nicholas Aslan coming into this race. You got P12, so you might have moved up a spot. We'll see. Another lot of racing left. Look forward to watching you race the rest of the season, Justin. We only have 3 more races after tonight, so it's coming down to it, man. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you. Everybody else, congrats, Robert and Ian, on the podiums. Thanks, guys.
That's Justin Thaler. Third place. Now we got Ian wrapping up P number 2. Ian, great racing, man. Like I said, there were pretty much 2 different strategies. I don't quite remember if you came in on the comp caution or if you came in 15 laps later. But either way, were you paying attention to that? What was your focus on?
Yeah, I had every intention on going in through the comp caution and just taking fuel, but we had a couple of cautions before that, so I thought, I might just stay out because there was such a drop off in the tire wear through the stint that I thought going longer than sort of 34, 35 laps might not be a great option. So I ended up staying out, and especially with overtaking being so difficult here, I thought track position was pretty critical. So yeah, I mean, I was sort of winging it at that point because in my mind I thought I was going to pit at the comp caution and then sort of go from there. But because I didn't do that, I sort of changed my strategy on the fly, and so I was kind of constantly looking at the fuel gauge, trying to see if I could stretch out a stint and things like that. But I was running lower through 3 and 4 compared to sort of everyone else. So I'm wondering if I was saving a bit more fuel than others because I went longer on that second stint than Robert and Justin and a few of the others. So I thought that might have come back to help, but it didn't in the end. Robert was too far up the road. I couldn't catch him.
Very close racing all night. But with the comers and goers, you really did have to work. Once you got into the top 5, you know that a couple people might be going back and a couple people going forward. Did you have any close calls there? You mentioned you were running lower. Did that help you make some passes?
It sort of allowed me to catch up to people. On that last stint, I was catching up to Justin into 3, but I was sort of I wasn't really gaining on him through 1 and 2, so it was a long drawn out overtake really, but I did manage to get past. There was, in fact, I think I sort of pushed him up the track. I think it was on the second stint when I overtook him again because we're on alternate strategies. I sort of pushed him up the track a little bit, and I came on the mic and apologised because that's not good racing, for pushing people out of the way, But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I had no response to Robert. He was on fire today.
Yeah, he was 3 in a row for Robert. We'll get to him in a second. All right, so I have a trivia. You're a big NASCAR fan, or I know you're down under, so you don't, you're not on the native USA soil. So, what brings you
Yeah,
to NASCAR?
I am a big NASCAR fan. I used to watch it probably sort of 10, 11 years ago, but it was so difficult to watch over here because it wasn't on TV or anything like that, and no streaming services took it. So I had to look for torrents to download it and things like that. So I was following it, but only when I could find a torrent. But now, over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, I've sort of really picked up interest in it, and obviously with Shane Van Gisbergen as well, I'm always going for a local boy. So yeah, I've been sort of watching all the races religiously. and without obviously going into the long drawn out story, when I first joined iRacing, I was a strictly sort of road guy, but I just didn't have the time to practice. Where oval, you can obviously churn triple the amount of laps that you can in the same time frame compared to road. So I started to get into it and realised how intricate it was, and tire saving and fuel saving and all that sort of stuff, and I sort of fell in love with it. And yeah, it's been a real revelation. When you watch NASCAR on TV, it does look like cars going around in circles, but it's what you're not seeing that makes it so exciting.
Right on. Well, I'm glad you found it. I'm glad you found us. You've definitely been an animator in the series. We know Dustin has a over 100-point lead. He's not here tonight, so this is definitely going to help you some. We'll see how it all plays out. But again, congrats on a great second place finish tonight. Congratulations,
Thanks,
Ian.
James. Thanks, James, and congratulations to Robert.
Right on. I agree. That's my man up next. Thanks, Ian. Once again, great race tonight. Robert Sanders, man, you've done 3 in a row now. Robert, congratulations, man. What do you say? You have any problem out there?
Yeah, actually, I mean, it was a good race. I knew it was going to come down to tires if it went green. But under that first green flag pit stop we took, when I came out of the pits, apparently I only took left side tires. So I had 30, let's see, let me look at my laps here, 50. Yeah, about 30 lap old right side tires and fresh left side tires for a whole fuel stint. So I don't know how I managed to pull that off, but it worked out all right for me. And then that last stint when I was able to get I came in as soon as I could. As soon as I knew I could make it on fuel, I came in a little early, a couple laps, like Ian was saving. He was saving a little fuel. I just came a little early as soon as I knew I could to get a full set. And then after driving with mismatched tires for 30 laps, when I got that fresh set, man, it was just in the wind after that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Fast lap of the night too, 29.05.
That was right in that time frame. That was right when I came out on that last fresh set of tires, and it was just a whole just ran wide open after that. And I had a good fuel. A good pit stop. I practiced that quite a bit. Where I needed to lock up my brakes really early, and just straight shoot as far as I could, get down to speed. Because I was looking at that when I came back out on the track after the pit stop, and I gained quite a bit on the other guys that pitted about a lap before me. So kudos there for practicing that a little bit, because that's usually my downfall is pit entry, spinning out, trying to pick up speed or brake too early.
All right, right on, man. Well, do you know? What was I going to ask you? Is about Darlington Raceway. Any history about it? Do you have a favorite NASCAR driver? There's a reason I'm asking.
Obviously, I think most NASCAR fans, Dale Earnhardt, that's the era I grew up in. So obviously he was one of my favorite. Him and I'd have to say Mark Martin. Besides him, they're two of my favorite drivers. I don't keep up too much with it these days. I've gotten to a lot more since I've picked up iRacing, just because I can be cool and talk with everybody about it.
Yeah, right on. Well, I will tell you that Denny Hamlin has 3 victories at Darlington Raceway. Brad Keselowski, Martin Truex, Eric Jones both have 2, but that's at the same track. 3 wins in a row in NASCAR is tough to do too. So we'll see if what's his name, Eric Jones, right? Can do it again.
We'll see. We got a big week off here, so it's a lot of time. I'm not even sure what the next track is on as long as it's not a road course. If it's a road course, we're just gonna try our best to get through there and finish. I enjoy road racing. I don't know how some of these guys are so fast in these trucks on the road. It's insane.
Definitely drive.
Yeah, I feel really good I feel really good turning left all the time in these trucks. I don't race much, so I practice these, and I'm just kind of used to them right when I get in them. I just, it's just, feeling with, you don't want to push the tires, when the truck pitches, when to get back on the throttle, listening to the tires. That's my biggest learn recently, getting a little faster, is just being more consistent, watching my wheel input, and really trying not to push the truck, trying to keep up with the guys in the front, knowing if I can keep up with them and be easy on it while they're pushing it, that eventually it's gonna pay off. But yeah, great track. So happy to get the win here. Even though our resident Denny Hamlin, number 11, wasn't here, our champion, that'd have been a little bit sweeter, always finishing in front of him. So we'll see what happens next time around.
Right on. Well, we look forward to it, Robert. We go to Atlanta next. They're all
Oh, yeah.
over from here on out, so you're safe.
All right, man. Awesome. We look forward to doing it.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us tonight, Robert. Cool throwback.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing you next week in Atlanta. For
Yes,
all
sir.
the admins at Midwest Motorsport that make this league great, I'm James J, reminding you to stay in your lane.